Now, Eyewitness News This Morning.
And good morning, everyone. We are live here on Constitution Plaza, the site of the 15th annual Taste of Hartford.
We are just hours away from all the food and, of course, the live music, the entertainment, and fun.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Curtis Jackson.
And I'm Polly Bell, and welcome to Eyewitness News This Morning. Today and tomorrow, we'll be broadcasting live from Constitution Plaza for the Taste of Hartford,
where we are being privy to a lot of good food. Right here, we had a crab cake from earlier this morning. I took a bite.
We are the envy of our coworkers, aren't we, this morning?
But you know what? You have to do your food dance.
My food dance.
Every time you take a bite of food,
I get so excited. Okay, I know.
It is cold out here, though.
But it is cold.
A little nippy out here. Let's go ahead and see how we're going to look for the rest of the day. Our Joe Furey is on top of the roof, where I'm sure it's even colder. Good morning to you, Joe.
Hey, Curtis. Yeah, a little bit of a breeze up here. Certainly we don't want to do any rain dances now as we go through the next several days. For the Taste of Hartford, there's been a wide variety of weather conditions over the last several years. Everything from the hot and steamy and sticky stuff, we had that last year, to at times a lot of rain. Of course, they have to take out rain insurance for the Taste of Hartford. So far, it looks like we're going to be in good shape. Actually, when you get right down to it, for folks walking out and about and strolling around Constitution Plaza in downtown Hartford as we go into the weekend, it's near perfect weather conditions. Just a little chilly this morning. You really need to wear the jacket or sweater. Your forecast first today, 40s this morning. Feels like it's in the 30s. Don't be deceived by the bright sun and blue skies this morning. It'll be just in the 60s today on the windy side, a mix of clouds and sun this afternoon, and we'll go for 65 to 70 at the shore with a mix of clouds and sun, and a bit on the windy side too. So it's late April and early May weather here in early June. 49 in Hartford this morning. Temperatures range from 40 at Torrington this morning, or 41 at Torrington, to 50 at Groton, New London. So far the weekend forecast is looking pretty good. I'll be back to talk all about that 5-day forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Joe, thank you so much. Topping our news this morning, 3 people, including a small child, were bitten by a fox in Bolton yesterday. The 3 will now have to undergo a series of rabies shots. Meanwhile, residents wait in fear for authorities to find the wild animal. Dee Griffin has more.
This is the first time the Worsbicki family has been home since they got the worst scare of their lives.
What happened? Wolf bite me.
A wolf bite you.
To little 3-year-old Derek, the big animal that attacked him seemed like a wolf, but it wasn't. His mother, Janine, watched in horror as the animal charged her son.
And I looked through the window and I saw the fox and I saw my son and I seen them both connect, and I knew that something was going to happen.
She ran into her yard to grab Derek, but the fox beat her to him.
The fox came down and got my son by the leg and was starting to drag him away. And I went down and tried to hit the fox, and the fox tried to attack me. I finally got everybody upstairs and called 911.
When they ran away, so did the fox, but he left his mark behind. Both Janine and Derek were bitten on their legs. Bandages cover spots where the fox chewed on Derek's flesh. Conservation officers searched the woods behind the house, but the animal was not found. Sergeant Rick Lewis says people who live near woods should be aware that they often share space with wildlife.
Especially this time of the year. We have a lot of young wildlife out there, and the parents are out trying to get food to feed the young, so they're on the move. You'll see them during the day, you'll see them at night. They're just trying to feed their young.
If you see an unfamiliar animal, keep away. Do not touch it. Go inside a house or building and always call the police.
The less contact, the less problems that they're going to have.
All the victims will have to undergo more rabies shots as a precaution. Now, conservation officers warn that you should keep small children and animals in the house as they continue to search for the missing fox. In Bolton, Dee Griffin, Channel 3 Eyewitness News This Morning.
In other news this morning, tragedy in New Canaan, where a 2-year-old's lifeless body was pulled from a swimming pool. The boy's mother is the nanny for the family that owns the pool. By the time she had found her child, he wasn't breathing. She was still trying to revive him when paramedics arrived. A Vernon woman has been upgraded to stable condition this morning after being struck by a car while crossing the street in a motorized wheelchair. Police say 30-year-old Shirley Noah was crossing Windsor Avenue in Vernon when she was hit. Her wheelchair was smashed. The driver of the car was not injured. No word yet on any charges.
A fire last night in Meriden leaves at least 1 couple homeless this morning. Fire crews were called to the scene on Wilcox Avenue to find the 3-family home engulfed in flames, as you see there. There are no reports of serious injuries. The cause, though, is under investigation. The Red Cross is helping those displaced to find temporary housing. Meanwhile, fire investigators in New Haven are trying to find out what caused a fire in a crib that threatened the life of a sleeping 1-year-old girl. It happened late yesterday afternoon in an apartment on Wolcott Street. The baby's 15-year-old sister smelled smoke and pulled the baby to safety just in time. We're told both are okay.
It's 35 minutes after the hour. The interim superintendent of Hartford Schools, appointed just 2 weeks ago, has found a new job. Benjamin Dixon took over the troubled school system after Patricia Daniel resigned. Dixon, who is also Deputy Commissioner of the Department of Education, has been hired by Virginia Tech as Vice President for Multicultural Affairs. He begins his new job in August. Well, not quite lunchtime yet, but we are getting a lot of food this morning, to no complaint from us.
No,
because
not at
usually
all.
our stomachs are growling right about now.
That's exactly right. And Mr. Food is coming up with some treats this morning, of course, with some of the vendors at the Taste of Hartford this year. He's joined by our own Nancy Aborn. Good morning, guys. What are we trying now, Nancy?
Good morning, Polly. Hi, Curtis. Good morning, everyone. We've had crab cakes, and now we're switching over to Chinese cuisine. And joining us here this morning, along with Mr. Food, we have Paul Shaw from the Shangri-La restaurant in West Hartford. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're looking so good. Bow
thank
tie,
you.
ready to go this morning.
Thank you. I respect the show.
Thank you. What are you cooking for us?
Today we have dim sum. Dim sum is an authentic upscale Chinese cuisine, which requires a lot of skill. Our chefs spend years. Most of them starts around age of 13 or 15. And they spend probably the next 30 years getting to be the head chef. And this is made by our head chef.
But 30 years just making the right slice.
That's right. Well, the flavoring, the right steaming temperature, and the length of cooking time.
And the presentation is just beautiful here.
But dim sum is very, very popular all over the country today.
Certainly.
It's becoming a rage, and you're getting quite a reputation for yours. You know that.
We're the only one in Hartford.
I'm saying everybody's running to it, so you're the talk of the town. But,
Thank you.
But with the dim sum, wherever I've ever had it, and I'm sure it is here, isn't this sort of like a nibble and a choice, like a smorgasbord? As the people come by the table, you take your choice of whatever you want.
That's right.
How
we
many
actually have a push cart.
Yes.
Well, we have about 100 varieties.
Wow.
Yeah, we serve at least about 40 to 50 variety each time.
And all of these will be sampled during the Taste of Hartford. We want to give folks
That's right.
hours of operation
That's
so they
right.
can come and taste dim sum.
And you're certainly welcome. Yeah.
You'll be able to stop by the Taste of Hartford. All sorts of the goodies to sample. Begins at 11 this morning, runs through 9 tonight. On Friday and Saturday, the hours are 11 to 11. And on Sunday, it is 11 until 8.
So come on down, because this is where you try it all. This is where you have a lot of fun.
And we'll be breaking into that in our next segment. And maybe, Polly and Curtis, you'll get a taste of that too.
Only,
Maybe.
Yeah.
only if we're good.
Mr. Food says maybe you're in trouble.
No, because I've never tried that dim sum. So we'll,
But it looks good.
Yeah, we
And
will
dim
definitely. Yeah, right.
I had to.
Okay.
Coming up on 20 minutes before the hour on Connecticut's news station. Coming up in our next half hour. As the sun rises in Germany, rescuers with search dogs continue combing the wreckage of yesterday's high-speed train crash that killed 100 people.
And still ahead in this half hour, smoking while you're pregnant. New concerns may have expectant mothers quitting cold turkey.
And new at 6:45, Gap Kids recalls a popular pullover for kids. Details in our 3 on Your Side report when we come back live from Constitution Plaza and the site of the 15th annual Taste of Hartford.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News. This is Connecticut's news station.
And good morning, everyone. We are live here on Constitution Plaza, the site of the 15th annual Taste of Hartford. We've got more than 20 restaurants, 50 different types of food that will be out here today. We're, of course, going to have all the fun with that a little bit later on. But first, let's check on the weather this morning and see how it's going. Good morning to you, Joe Furey.
Hey, Curtis, good morning. It's a good-looking morning out here at Constitution Plaza. Behind me here, you can see the progression of the ramp that'll be going from Constitution Plaza on over to the Connecticut River. We are anticipating seeing that done within the next year or so. And, well, of course, that's where Adrian's Landing would be back to the south and east here along the Connecticut River. So hopefully that'll all come to fruition here in downtown Hartford over the next several years. Hopefully, too, we'll get some warmer weather in here as we go through the next several days. Looks like temperatures are going to stay more in line with late April and early May. Your forecast first for today. Inland finding the 40s this morning. It's bright sun and blue skies. It really looks very nice outside, but don't be deceived by that. You need a jacket or sweater this morning. It's in the 40s. Wind chills are in the 30s. Highs today, just like yesterday, just in the 60s with a mix of clouds and sun this afternoon, and it will be a bit on the windy side, too. I see somebody running by right now with short sleeves on this morning. That's not the weather for today. For the shoreline, 65 to 70 with a mix of clouds and sun this afternoon and a bit on the windy side as well. Overall, it's very comfortable. In Hartford this morning, we've got the temperature in at 50 degrees now with a dew point of 39. Wind has been there at times at about 5-6 miles an hour. And across the state, 43 now at Torrington, 46 Waterbury, 46 at Storrs, and 51 at Groton, New London. Again, that breeze picks up and it puts that wind chill down at times. And across the area, nice clear skies as the northern branch of the jet has moved on off to the south now. And we are going to look for just some good weather conditions as we go into the weekend. Just not that good if you've got thoughts of perhaps the beach on your mind or getting into the pool. We are going to look for very comfortable conditions here, and for the Taste of Hartford, good news in the fact that it should stay dry. So your forecast details again for today, finding that mostly sunny sky this morning, a mix of clouds and sun this afternoon, breezy, cool. 70s an optimistic number for today. Most towns will stay in the 60s today. Tonight it's down in the 40s with a few 30s, and then tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, cool highs tomorrow in the 60s, and we'll keep that kind of weather going for the weekend, 65 to 70, with a mix of clouds and sun for Saturday and Sunday. So the word is dry but cool.
Great weather, though, for a chance to come out here to the Taste of Hartford. Thanks a lot, Joe. Here's what's making headlines this morning, everyone. A 2-year-old's lifeless body was pulled from a swimming pool in New Canaan. The boy's mother is the nanny for the family that owns the pool. By the time she found her child, he wasn't breathing. She was still trying to revive him when paramedics arrived at the house. A rabies scare in Bolton, where 3 people will undergo a series of shots after being attacked by a fox. The fox first bit a little boy and his mother, who rushed to his aid. It then attacked a man as he was entering his home. State police are trying to find the fox before it attacks again. A fire in Meriden leaves at least 1 couple homeless. The 3-family home on Wilcox Avenue was engulfed. No serious injuries, and the cause is under investigation. The Red Cross is helping those displaced find temporary housing.
All right, time now is 6:44. If you're heading out this morning, we want to check on the commute.
Mike Wallace in our Time Saver Traffic Report. Good morning to you, Mike.
Morning, Curtis. Morning, Paulie. Morning, everyone. We're in excellent shape out here. Volume on the build, as you'd expect for the hour. No unusual complaints, the indoor delays, no big backups at least. You do want to use a little extra caution. 91 northbound by 27. We have some reports of debris in the center lane by 27 of a tire tread. So do use some care as you approach and pass on through. Otherwise, the Hartford commute so far, so good. Down along the shoreline, the Connecticut Turnpike and Interstate 91 moving along quite nicely with no unusual delays to pass along so far. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Mike Wallace, Eyewitness News This Morning.
It's about 15 minutes before the hour. A consumer alert this morning. If you have been shopping at Gap Kids lately, listen up. We have a recall to tell you about. The kids store is recalling more than 100,000 windbreakers. The company says the jackets have lead-painted zippers. The lead can be toxic if ingested. The nylon jackets, as you see here, have a Made in Russia label and come in many colors. Customers will receive a full refund. It's a survey the auto industry has been holding its breath for. The J.D. Power & Associates survey of new car and truck quality. Ford, Honda, and Toyota came out on top with 7 top-ranked models each. While Toyota had 6, General Motors 5, Nissan with 4, and Chrysler and BMW with 3 each. J.D. Power listed the top 3 vehicles from compact car to luxury sport utility vehicles. The survey shows that U.S. car makers are closing the gap with their Asian and European competitors, but they still have a way to go. Okay, it is 6:45 on Connecticut's news station. Terry Nicholson's fate lies in the hands of a judge today. We'll have the latest on the convicted bomber from Denver.
And if you have put on a few extra pounds, you may want to consider being fat. We'll run down some new guidelines for you. That's timely with the Taste of Hartford, isn't it? On the Health Beat this morning. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at lottery numbers. Midday 3, 6, 3, and 6.
Midday 4, 0, 4, 2, 0.
Nightly numbers 5, 4, and 5.
Connecticut Play 4, 5, 9, 9, 7.
Your Cash 5 numbers this morning 12, 13, 22, 32, and 33.
And Mass Daily 9505.
And your Mass Megabucks 5, 11, 26, 29, 33, and 38.
And your Powerball numbers 22, 25, 31, 35, 41. Your Powerball number 38.
You talk about fun and entertainment and the biggest, best variety of foods in the whole area. It's the Taste of Hartford. We've got them, and we can all have them. You too.
10 minutes before the hour on the Health Beat this morning, doctors want expectant mothers to know that smoking during pregnancy is dangerous. They say it can cause fetal death, prematurity, low birth weight, and sudden infant death syndrome. Researchers say animal studies show nicotine is even more damaging to the fetus than cocaine. Also on the Health Beat, older women and substance abuse. According to the study by Columbia University, an alarming number of women over age 59 are hooked on prescription drugs and alcohol. The report also notes that most doctors don't recognize the symptoms of abuse.
The National Institutes of Health is revising weight guidelines, and most people won't like them. They're stricter than ever and controversial. Under the old definition, a person 5'4" and 155 pounds was considered overweight. CNN has learned under the new guidelines, the weight drops to 145 pounds. For someone 5'10", the old guideline was 185. Now it's 175. The guidelines will be released later this month.
What a wonderful segue into the Taste of Hartford.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the wait this weekend, folks. Too much good food out there.
Exactly.
Our Mr. Food and Nancy Aborn this morning.
That's right. They're giving us a sneak peek and tasty preview of what to expect at the Taste of Hartford this year. Good morning, guys.
Hi. Earlier we were looking at dim sum, and at the Taste of Hartford you can have some. And joining us, the maker of that, we have Paul Shaw from the Shangri-La restaurant in West Hartford, along with our own Mr. Food. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Is this fun or is this fun?
This is great. I love this.
Wow. Paul, he is the expert, folks, on dim sum. I mean, nobody makes it like he does. As a matter of fact, we've got the champ right here in our area. And Paul, tell us about what are these stuffed with?
Well, this we call a crystal shrimp dumpling.
Yeah.
What it made out is our chef will get these wonderful thin crepe made out of water chestnut flour.
Wow.
So when you steam it, it becomes crystal clear. You can see the shrimp inside. So we only use the best quality shrimp. Mm-hmm. This is called the chicken dumpling, which we use chicken instead of traditionally pork. So this is a low-cal and a healthy, no-cholesterol diet.
And what are these over here?
This is made out of spinach crepe, and the inside is stuffed with Chinese baby bok choy. And you have carrots, you have shiitake mushrooms, and bamboo shoots.
Wow, so that's a nice vegetarian.
And this is called the shumai. Shumai is made out of shrimp, pork, shiitake mushrooms, and a little bit of crab caviar.
Beautiful. They're gorgeous, and they're nice variety. Also variety. Look, guys, come on down here today, because right here at the Channel 3 booth, I'm going to be here from 11 to 12, maybe even 12:30. Anybody who gives $1 to the Muscular Dystrophy Association, I will give a Mr. Food Easy Cooking magazine, the newest issue, and I will sign it. So come on down, enjoy the dim sum, enjoy a whole variety of food, and
why don't we give the hours for the Taste of Hartford?
Go ahead.
I think folks need to know. We have the hours there posted on the screen for you. 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Friday and Saturday from 11 until 11. And Sunday from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. And once again, you two, I know, I'm going to be spoiling you this morning because I just love my coworkers so much.
We love you.
So there's some dim sum for you. But, you know, I only brought one pair of chopsticks.
We
share.
Yeah.
Got time? We got some time?
We'll share.
We got
sure.
some time.
No, you know what? My hands are frozen.
No, I had the first taste last time. You go ahead. Give it a
He
shot.
ate the crab cakes.
Oh, Kate.
You tried it.
You got it?
Oh my God. Okay, wow.
Just bite right in.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, all right, all right, all right.
Right there.
Okay.
The second official Taste of
Very
Hartford.
good.
You do it so well. All right. Bye, you guys.
Thanks, Nancy. It is 7 minutes before the hour. Before you head on out to work, we're going to have a check on your morning commuter time-saver traffic report. Is coming up next.
And on a serious note, there are many dangers out there for kids, but you wouldn't think heart disease would be one of them. New at 7:22, some of the early signs of heart trouble that appear during childhood.
And it's art, 50 years in the making. A tedious job carving Crazy Horse into a South Dakota mountainside. New at 7:38, a look at what will become the world's largest sculpture. But first, we want to keep it right here on Connecticut's news station. We continue our live broadcast from Constitution Plaza and the Taste of Hartford when we come back.
Okay, 4 minutes before the top of the hour, another check on the traffic.
Mike Wallace brings us another time-saver traffic report. Good morning, Mike.
You guys make sure you save some food for everybody else, okay? Time we come on there, you're eating. We're in good shape out here. No unusual delays to pass along. Volume on the build. Westbound 84, little company around the 384 interchange. Buckley Bridge, busy but moving. We're looking on the flip side, little wave of volume between 41 and 43. North and South 91, no unusual delays. You do want to keep an eye open northbound for some debris reported in the center lane by exit 27. If you're traveling on the shoreline, and we have some company now forming up by the Brantford Rest area through the 53 on-ramp, the ride before and beyond down to New Haven, a good one. 91, no unusual complaints merging with 95. With time saver traffic, I'm Mike Wallace, Eyewitness News This Morning.
Okay, Mike, you better hurry up and get here. Stay right where you are.
We're back with more local, national news and weather, all straight ahead from the Taste of Hartford, live on Constitution Plaza this morning. Stay with us, everybody.